Hello and welcome along to the West Wales Karting Virtual Racing Project Cars 2 Clio Cup Championship here today using the PS4 platform. So the PS4 guys are going to get involved today in round 2, and it's going to be very exciting after round 1, which was a bit of a slow burner, but I think everyone was just sizing each other up a bit, and you can see the order there. It was Dan Holloway who won the first one, so he's going to start on pole position today, ahead of Del Boy, who was looking for a way through in race 1 but just couldn't find a way through in the end. And starting third there, Monty MC Momo Spitfire. It was the first race he lost. He starts from 4th. Let's see if he can regain his winning momentum here today now. And this on the grid, and this quick start here away now. Dan Holloway makes a great one. So does Del Boy. Monty MC Momo. Alex Brown's on the grass there, demolishing one of the cones and going sideways and doing rallycross on the inside. But he comes out in 3rd there. Don't know whether he took a joker lap or not there. And that's Stuart Davis running really wide there as well, starting well out of position, I think. And he's looking for a way through on Welsh Taff, and he dives on the inside, just about makes it stick. And Alex Brown's up to 3rd. Spitfire's down to 4th. Monty MC Momo's a bit of a big loser on this opening lap, down to 5th there. Pixie remains in 8th, and it's a frantic opening lap to this race, which will go into the sunset, won't it?
Yeah, I think everyone will go on the grass there with the Stu running wide. But yeah, Monty's definitely the loser there, as he's definitely going to try and get past Spitfire as soon as possible, try and get back to that 3rd place. But the usual suspects up ahead in these clues is Dan and Del Boy. You'd have to think Del Boy would want to win this race after kind of settling for 2nd, it seemed, in the first round, just really seeing where the pace was. But there's a man who wanted to get up the leaderboard as fast as possible as Stu after his, I guess, would catastrophic be the right word for the first race, going and ending up in the pits.
Yeah, I would use that word.
Del Boy's really on Dan here. He's looking left and right, and I think he's got the run on him. It's hard to tell from that
he's
camera.
looking down the inside, isn't he? He's making himself a nuisance in the wing mirrors for Dan Holloway. He's looking for the cut back now. Is he going to get enough power, enough traction? We cut away to Alex Brown, who's just lost a position to Spitfire into 3rd. And
He's
that's
through.
Del Boy through, yes. Del Boy's through on Dan Holloway, but Dan Holloway's really quick now through this middle bit. Oh, and they collide, and they tag each other, and they're both off. Incredible, the two front runners, the 1st and 2nd in the championship, 1st and 2nd in the previous race, are both off here on the 6C, doing his own bit of rallycross and joining in on the fun as well. Just came from nowhere. But
yeah.
oh dear, that's a terrible start for the two main protagonists, and Stuart Davis is going to be loving that, and so is Spitfire, and so is Monty MC Momo.
Yeah, I don't know why Dan just didn't wait a bit. I know Delware probably would want to close the door on him, seeing him come back, but you'd think it would be a better opportunity if Dan just waiting for the break-in. But it's happened now, so it's in the past. But to see Alex Brown really drift in the Clio there.
Yeah, not sure what happened to Alex Brown. He seems to have just maybe ran wide in one of the corners and let the train through. I'm not sure.
Probably watching that accident and wondering what happened.
Yeah, quite possibly. Oh, looking for a move just up ahead. That is Monty, looking for a move on Spitfire, and he's got great momentum and traction now, and he's going to try and go for it on Spitfire. He takes the lead away. This is almost a replay of what happened with Dan and Del Boy, isn't it? But this time, these guys managed to keep it clean. Spitfire backs out of that one and thinks, I'll try my way through another time. Stuart Davis now is going to go for a lunge down the inside of Spitfire into 2nd place, and he just manages to slow the car down before tagging the back end of Monty MC Momo's purple machine, and he takes the position away up into 2nd now ahead of Spitfire. Fantastic racing here.
Yeah, it was a great lunge there by Stu, but it's in the name with him. But you have to wonder if Spitfire just let him through, and because it's the start of the race, and then he can just fight back and follow him for a bit, really gain pace and follow his lines. As you see, he's already caught up again, but you really see how badly it went for Stu in the first race, because he's definitely got winning pace, if not front free.
Absolutely, yeah. All of the fastest people on the track right now are down in 6th and 7th.
Yeah, they've besides Stu, they've definitely got the fastest laps. There's impressive lap times, and these front three are right together. There's under a second between them. You have to wonder who's going to make the first move to unsettle each other.
Is there a danger, Al, at this circuit with its very long corners and relatively quick entry speeds that you can just settle into a bit of a rhythm when you're stuck behind someone and make it life difficult for yourself if you're not going to pounce immediately?
You'd have to think so, especially at the start of a race, just wondering, just watching where, Stu's looking down the inside there. It's not ideal because he'll be on the outside of the chicane and you've got to give up position there, otherwise you go for the rough stuff. But yeah, you do start to watch the guy in front and just wonder where you can get past. And Stu goes for another lunge and he hits. He's pushed him out wide.
Talking of rough stuff.
Yeah, that's he's got the lead though. It seems to work, and that will allow Spitfire through. Not quite, and I don't think Monty would be too happy with that. It was a bit of a touring car pass there and just shoved him out wide. Or would it be a NASCAR pass being at Texas?
Yeah, to be touring. No, I can't do it. Never mind. And now Monty MC Momo is trying to look for a way back on Stuart. Is he going to try and repay the favour as they go down into turn 1 now? It looks like he's lining him up to do so. Spitfire's waiting to pick off any scraps here. And he goes down the inside, and so does Spitfire on Stuart too. Stuart's lost 2 positions in one corner, and now he's looking for a way back through on Monty to take the lead. So we've had 3 different leaders here in the space of a handful of laps, I think. Monty now first, Spitfire second, Stuart third. This is a great 3-way battle for the lead. And down in 4th we've got Welsh Taff. He's only 2.5 seconds off this battle too, so he might be able to, might be thinking he can join in on the fun here too, I think.
Yeah, he'd be definitely thinking it, but Monty really had the receipt and gave it back to Stu there. He wanted that first place. But that was a great opportunistic move by Spitfire. He didn't quite get the lead, but he's up to second now, but he's got the lunger himself behind as he goes for it again. He's really hooked that up as I wonder if he push him wide. Not quite, but he's got the ideal line into this little chicaney bit. But around the outside Spitfire, that's great car control. It's really giving him the advantage for this hairpin as Monty goes a bit sideways there. That's not ideal because he's actually managed to gain a bit of a lead of a second. So he's pulling away a bit here while these two battle, and it's also allowing, like you said, Welsh Taff to watch along with us.
Yeah, definitely, and that was an incredible bit of driving from, well, both of them, but especially Spitfire there, because it looked like he was on the outside, down and out, and he just drove clean around the outside of Stuart into the very fast chicane, which is slightly unsighted at the apex as you come over here, as we ride on board, look, very bumpy as well. It's very hard to make that move stick around the outside when you've got someone there like Stuart Davis on your inside who's not going to, he's not going to be kind and give you extra room, is he? And Spitfire there, great bit of driving, and now Stuart's going to have to pull out another one of his Mr. Lunge moves from his book of many Mr. Lunges moves.
Talk of lunge, that's Dan Holloway trying to lunge on Del Boy. Probably doing the move he should have done at the start for the lead, but they're fighting for 6th and 7th. It's quite a bit of a contrast compared to the first round. Yeah,
absolutely. Really good point, actually. And this is going to turn the championship completely on its head, isn't it? And really going to blow it wide open. And I've got a feeling though, with these sort of cars and these drivers are so evenly matched, we could see this throughout the whole championship with lots of different drivers in the mix for wins and podiums, and there's a 3-way battle here for the lead look as well. So yeah, Dan Holloway and Del Boy, they've got work to do, and they are catching Alex though, so it'd be interesting to see what happens when they catch him. Alex Brown there in 5th.
I can't imagine him letting him through easy as I say that, he's on the grass, or is that Pix?
No, that's Pixars.
That's good. Well, it's not good for him. But as you see Monty here in the lead, and Spitfire is really close to the gap. It looked like he just tagged him there, unless he was going wide. It's hard to tell on that camera because it looks like the cars are right on each other. But Spitfire is really close to the gap. He's really nailed in the last couple of laps to just reel him in, and I want to be able to try a lunge.
I wouldn't put it past him, Alex. I think he's really on a mission here to recover from his 4th place he had at the first race and get some really decent points on the board. But Monty MC Momo would be thinking the same too. These two guys now, 1st and 2nd, were 3rd and 4th, weren't they, in the last race? Stuart Davis was even further back. So yeah, these three are really, they want these points, but they also want to go for the win too and really capitalise on this advantage they might be getting over 6th and 7th placed drivers at the moment.
It really shows the quality of the championship when you have 5, possibly 6 drivers that can really challenge for the win and the championship. So any mistake, any crash, any costly error, it's really going to affect their points haul and possibly lose the championship towards the end of this. You see Alex here, who's well, Dan's got through on him now, and you'd have to wonder, will Dan try and make that opportunity to get a little bit of breathing space from Del Boy, who wants to be getting past to him.
Yeah, it's quite interesting actually how quickly these two have caught Alex Brown. He doesn't seem to be liking these nighttime conditions. He makes great starts, but then gradually falls back through the field a bit, doesn't he? And now he's got Del Boy for company, and see how long it takes Del Boy to get past actually, because he'll be wanting to keep in touch here with Dan Holloway as much as he can. He does not want to let him get up the road too much. We're already way past halfway in this race now, 2/3 of the way through this race, so he needs to try and keep in touch with him if he can for his sake, but Alex Brown needs to try and get all the points he can too as well. Back with the leaders now. Look, is Spitfire down the inside there. Oh, just cut away to Alex Brown. I'm not sure what happened, but it looks like he was going for a big lunge, wasn't it? He sent it completely. I don't think he's made it past or looking at the timing screens.
No, I don't think he might have pulled out there. He might have thought he might be hitting him. Oh, and talking of hitting them, they've hit each other and they're both off. That's not ideal. But Alex has still regained 6th, is it? Yeah, 6th, as they both return to the track. But talking of catch people up, Dan's really caught Welsh Taff up in 4th, so he'll be trying to take an opportunity to get past him. As we see Spitfire looking on the outside. Will he go for the cutback? Doesn't look like he's quite close enough, but he'll get the power on early, so that'll give him advantage into the chicane and down to the first corner, which is also hairpin, so you could possibly try for a dive, but you got that man in the background who's also closed up now. You think he's put the boot in. Oh, and that's Dan wide. He's down to 6th now, and that's now Del Boy into 4th. What's happened there? Now, Welsh Taff's up to 6th. Dan's gone from 4th to 7th. That's terrible for him.
He must have tangled with Welsh Taff, I think, because Welsh Taff was up there, wasn't he?
Yeah, he's down to 6th as well. That's a good point, Sam. So Del Boy to 4th and Alex in 5th. So Alex kept his 5th place. He didn't lose anything. But yeah, that's not ideal for Dan at all.
I was just about to say as well that Dan Holloway has got the jump on Del Boy by making the move early on Alex, and then he's caught up to Welsh Taff to give him a chance at that as well. And I think he's just maybe been a little bit too eager on Welsh Taff, I would say, maybe, although without seeing the incident it's hard to say. And that means he's back down in 7th now behind Del Boy. Del Boy's all the way up in 4th as a result, and now ahead of Alex Brown. So yeah, it's just changing by the lap, by the minutes here, the championship order, and we're only on round 2, remember. It's a long way to go yet, but they will count towards the end with these drivers being so evenly matched. And now Spitfire as well, right in the up the rear end of that Clio now of Monty MC Momo, and he wants this win, doesn't he? But Monty MC Momo will want to put his stamp as well here firmly and get this one. And you can see him weaving there and saying, "You're not going to come past this Clio today, Mr. Spitfire."
Yes, he'll definitely be trying. I don't know why he's not got his lights on, but it looks like Dan's lost another incident. He's lost half his car there. He'll be trying to get past Welsh Taff, but one day if he'll have another incident with him, but you have to imagine the cockpit's as blue as his car is, as Spitfire goes down the inside and pushes Monty wide. So a bit naughty, but he's got the job done. But as we saw before, Monty really likes going for the dive on the inside, and that's Spitfire on the grass. He's around on the inside now, and he's lost his position. I wonder what's happened there. He just lost all ground going into the braking, and now Stu's up on the inside. I wonder what's happening here. He's lost 2 spaces in one corner.
Yes, indeed, Alex. That's really interesting. That was, I think, he got the position quite forcefully from Monty MC Momo, and he's going for a dive on Stuart Davis. And is he going to make it? He's going to get a great drive out of here. Stuart Davis runs wide, and they're going to go side by side through the very fast chicane now, coming over the line. This is going to be interesting. And who's going to give? No, none of them are going to give. And they just about make it through side by side there, trading paint as they go. And Stuart Davis now finds himself on the outside. Is he going to try and stick it round there? He gets the back end out a little bit, the rear wheel just cocking off the ground, and Spitfire takes that position away. But I think Spitfire was surprised at how Monty Momo, the drive he got coming in down his inside the previous lap there, and I think it surprised him, and he swerved away and ended up, well, just zigzagging across the track, isn't it? And ended up doing a bit of rallycross as well. But anyway, he's back in second as a result, and it's only going to be another lap or so to go here.
Yeah, it might even be the last lap coming on to now, as they have the cool-down lap, but that's not ideal going from leading to third and having to battle back up to second, but you might be able to get a last lap, or last corner lunge on Monty, but is he close enough? It doesn't look like it from the timings, as it all went wrong for Dan in this race, down in 7th. At least it's the start of the championship, I guess. He's still got loads of rounds to go. As we see Monty, he's still in front, as it looks like they're coming up to the line for the last lap.
Yes, looks like it is the last lap and the last corner, and Monty MC Momo takes the win here without his headlights on. Incredible. And he really put up a stern defence of that position. Oh, his headlights are on now. Stern defence of that position all race. He was under attack all race. He really had to work for that one. And these guys as well really worked for their podiums too. Spitfire and Stuart Davis, some very good points for them. They'll be happy with that, with Del Boy finishing down in 4th, and Dan Holloway's going to finish all the way down in 7th by the looks of it. Alex Brown, a very well deserved 5th. Welsh Taff there in 6th. Something happened between him and Dan Holloway, but we didn't see the replay. Welsh Taff could have finished higher up today, and Pick Z there as well, down in 8th. And his lap time's improving slightly for Pick Z as well, so he's getting closer to that midfield pack. So, yeah, confirmation of the result there. That was a really good race, that.
Yeah, it was brilliant. The top 3 kept bothering and mithering each other the whole race, so anyone could have won, really. Unlucky with Del Boy and Dan there, but as you see the championship standings, with Monty leading there with 40 points to Dan Holloway.
Yeah, courtesy of his 2 podiums. And look already how close it is further down the order. So join us for round 3 when anyone could win.